Working hard, following the rules, and being part of a team are often seen as the key to success. But at what cost? For many, it can mean sacrificing their personal freedom, creativity, and the ability to shape their own path. Then you will hear statements like you will own nothing and you will be happy, which is often used to predict a future where material ownership is minimal or completely irrelevant. The idea stems from a shared economy mindset, which is not a bad idea in itself, but it will be an economy where access is prioritized over ownership, with services like autonomous vehicles and rented appliances replacing personal property, or technological integrations like AI and automation, which will streamline our work, freeing time for creativity and leisure. Again, very true, but at what cost? Maybe not to that specific, but we've all heard that the elites are shaping the future of everything from what we buy to how we store and access our data to how we go about housing, the kind of food we eat, and the kind of cars we drive. And it feels like we are having less and less control every day. One thing we also need to realize is that every one of us has the capacity to create and be part of the future that is being shaped. But the power is slipping away the longer we wait. That being said, there is a quiet truth about creativity, which if we do not pay attention to, we may wake up to realize it is too late. Time and time again, we tend to wait for the right circumstances as though there are specific conditions that need to be met for us to know when it is the right moment. But nothing about creating or creativity is perfect. It is messy. It could be very lonely, but it is in those moments when you step into the mess that you begin to shape your own world. A world where ownership keeps you in control and not be at the mercy of external influence or conditions. Creativity is not about waiting for everything to line up perfectly. It is about stepping forward even when you are unsure and when things feel chaotic. And when you begin, you are taking control. It is in those messy steps that you find the most growth. Those who shape their lives don't wait for perfect conditions. They create their own, and by doing so, they transform uncertainty to opportunity. Waiting for the perfect moment is like watching the stars and hoping they will align for you. But the stars align for those who act. They align for those who start moving, who makes things happen, who embrace the messiness of creation. In most cases, when you start moving, the world starts moving with you. Opportunity shows up, people appears, doors open, not because the world is waiting for you, but because you decided to step into it. You are not waiting for someone to tell you it's your turn. It is already your turn the moment you were born. And all the what ifs does not matter if you don't move. I know the first step is always the hardest, but it is the most important step anyway, because if you do not take the first step, then you will never realize the second, the third, and you lose out of the spark that creates momentum, the momentum which is able to carry you further than you can ever imagine. Just like the nature, a tree does not wait for the perfect season to grow. It grows with the seasons, with the weather, with all that it has. It becomes something strong and beautiful. There are 5 steps you can take today towards your being creative. These steps may feel ordinary, but that is what makes a lot of people overlook them and they stay stuck on their journey in life. Step 1, embrace the unfinished. Understand that your first step does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be polished. Start with what you have. Begin with the ideas you have, the tools that is in your hand, the resources you have already in your possession. You don't have to worry about it being finished. That is the picture that you are working towards. But today, you need to embrace the unfinished because that is where growth happens. Step 2, focus on small wins. Don't look at the end goal as one big mountain. Look at it as a small step. Today, what can you accomplish in the next hour? Whether it is writing one page or designing a piece, or maybe you want to set up a website, each small step adds up. And when they keep adding up like that, eventually all the little steps becomes a bigger step that is forging you towards your end goal. Step 3, be a student of craft. Take time each day to learn, whether it is through books or through podcasts or some form of trial and error. Commit to becoming a better version of yourself every day. Most skills come from several practices, and the best time to practice is now, where no one will criticize you too much for your errors. Step 4, share your journey. Your journey is part of the story. You don't have to wait until you've made it. Share the process, your challenges, and your growth. It is through sharing that you will build a community. You will have the opportunity to connect with others and find support, whatever that is needed. Step 5, trust the process. Know that you are on a path that is unique to you. It will not be easy. It won't always be smooth, but trust that every step you take brings you closer to your vision. Keep moving, keep creating, and the path will reveal itself. Time is always moving forward, whether we are ready or not. The question is not when the perfect time will arrive, but rather when you will choose to step into it. The opportunity that you've been waiting for is right there in front of you, in form of the next step. So today, what will your next step be? If you've been able to identify your first step, drop a comment and share your first step. Let's create something great together. I'm equally on my step. I'm making every move the best I could every day towards the goal that I set for myself. So we are all in this together. There is no one that has really gotten to the place where they would say, I have finally arrived. Because every one of us, we are also on a journey to becoming a better version of ourselves. If you get value out of this video and you like it, there is another video that I recorded some weeks back. It is called Lack of Action is Killing Your Dream. It's over here. You can click it and watch it. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you and stay blessed.